What the laptop you've been dreaming about for years just got a silent, zippy upgrade that feels like pure magic in your hands. No massive redesign, no crazy new gimmicks. Just Apple taking something that was already awesome and making it even more future-proof without breaking the bank too hard. Mind-blowing efficiency, ridiculous speed for everyday life, and that legendary all-day battery. But is it still the undisputed king for most people in 2026, or has Apple's new MacBook Neo crashed the party? All right, let's talk about the MacBook Air M5. It's been a minute since I had a MacBook Air in my hands, and honestly, in a lot of ways, nothing has changed, and that's actually a good thing. If you love the M2, M3, or M4 Air, you're going to adore this one. If those didn't win you over before, this probably won't magically convert you either. Fortunately for Apple, the Air was already fantastic to begin with. Set this M5 next to its last three predecessors, and you'd be hard-pressed to spot the difference from across the room. Same sleek, boxy slab with those softened edges. The lid snaps shut with that satisfying Apple click and lifts open effortlessly with one finger. It feels reassuringly solid, yet it's so light. About 2.7 pounds, that tossing in your bag won't wreck your shoulder on a commute or flight. I've been carrying mine around, and it just disappears in the backpack. No drama. The colors? They're fine. I got the sky blue here, and it got this soft, almost faded look, like your favorite jeans after a few too many washes. It doesn't have that fun two-tone vibe my iMac rocks. If you're into Apple's super tasteful, kind of dull iPhone finishes, you'll be right at home. Midnight Starlight and Silver are the other safe choices. Ports are still minimal. MagSafe on the left for charging, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, and the 3.5mm headphone jack on the right. It's just enough for most folks. No dongle apocalypse. But don't expect to plug in a ton of stuff at once. The keyboard is backlit, which is a lifesaver if you're working late or on a plane with dim lights. Key travel is short and snappy. I actually like it a lot. But if you're a heavy typist like me, it can get a little clicky and noisy after a couple hours of pounding away on an article or script. The trackpad? Still the size of a small tea tray, buttery smooth, and insanely responsive. Apple does hobble a bit out of the box, though. Grab better touch tool and it becomes a total powerhouse. Now the display. It's the same 13.6-inch liquid Retina panel as before. 2560 by 1664 resolution, 500 nits brightness. Great P3 color accuracy and true tone. Indoors it looks sharp and vibrant. Take it outside on a sunny day and it holds up surprisingly well. But here's the thing that still bugs me in 2026. No OLED, no promotion, just a locked 60 Hz refresh rate. My mid-range iPhone got smoother scrolling ages ago, yet this mid-range MacBook is still playing it safe. The notch is still there too, and with macOS Tahoe's transparent menu bar, it feels even more obvious, like a little black island just hanging out. Thankfully, apps like Notch Nook or Alcove can make it useful, almost like a dynamic island for your Mac. Camera is a familiar 12-megapixel center stage unit. It follows you around the room nicely for video calls, and quality is solid for Zoom or FaceTime. Clear enough that people won't complain. But side by side with my older M1 iMac's camera, the Air's image looks a touch softer with a hint of lag. Still perfectly fine for most meetings. Speakers are surprisingly good too, clear and loud enough when your AirPods die, though they could use a bit more bass punch. Let's get to the fun part, performance and battery. Apple calls the M5 tremendous. And yeah, I'm stealing that word because it fits perfectly. I tested the base model with a 10-core CPU and 8-core GPU. Everyday stuff, browsing with a million tabs, writing, emailing, light music production, feels instant. No hesitation whatsoever. For creative work like Photoshop editing, some video cuts in Final Cut, or even light 3D stuff, it handles it with ease. Coming from an M1 Mac, the jump feels massive. Easily double performance in many tasks. The SSDs are ridiculously fast too. Apple doubled the base storage to 512 gigabytes this year, and the read or write speeds are silly quick, way faster than the M4, moving huge Steam libraries or big photo folders. It flies. And when you push past the RAM limit, base is now 16 gigabytes, upgradable to 24 or 32. The swap memory feels way snappier thanks to that speedy storage. Best part? No fan. Zero noise. Ever. Even under load, it stays blissfully silent. That's the Air magic I've always loved. But it does get toasty. After running benchmarks like Shadow of the Tomb Raider back-to-back, the area above the keyboard and some keys warmed up noticeably. It'll throttle sooner than a Pro model under heavy sustained work. So if you're rendering long videos or trying to game seriously, this isn't the one. And honestly, Macs still aren't gaming beasts anyway. Battery life is stupid good. Apple claims up to 18 hours of video streaming. In real mixed use, writing, browsing, some editing, a few calls, I easily got a full workday without plugging in, sometimes forgetting to charge it overnight. Real-world tests show around 15 to 17 hours, depending on what you're doing. That's the kind of reliability that makes you fall in love with the Air. One quick note, no power adapter in some regions because reasons, but it charges fast with a decent USB-C brick. macOS Tahoe is running the show here. It's got that new liquid glass design, transparent elements, customizable icons. All that, I'll be honest, it feels a bit visually incoherent and buggy in places to me, but you're stuck with it. No easy downgrade. So, overall value in 2026. The MacBook Air M5 starts at $1,099 for 13-inch, education pricing lower, which is $100 more than the M4 launch price. But you're getting double the storage out of the box, faster everything, and better future-proofing with the M5 chip and Wi-Fi 7. Here's the big question everyone's asking. Is this still the best Mac laptop for most people, now that the cheaper MacBook Neo exists? The Neo is tempting if you're on a tighter budget or want something even more basic for pure office work and light tasks. But the Air hits a much sweeter spot. It has way fewer compromises, more power, better ports, Thunderbolt versus whatever Neo has, faster storage, more RAM base, and it'll last you years longer without feeling limited. The Neo might save you money up front, but the Air feels like the one that won't make you regret it down the road. For me personally, I mostly work from a desk with my iMac, so I probably grab a Neo for occasional travel. But if this was going to be my one and only Mac, absolutely the Air M5, no question. It's got enough grunt that you don't obsess over specs. The design and screen were already excellent, and the upgrades make it feel properly modern. The price bumps things a little, especially with AI features pushing costs up across the board. But you're getting real improvements. It's cheaper than any Pro model, and meaningfully better than Neo for most users. In the end, the MacBook Air M5 plays it a bit safe. No wild new design, no 120Hz screen, no fan for max performance. But that balance of silent operation, zippy speed, incredible battery, premium build, and long-term value makes it squeak into still the best Mac for most people territory. It's not revolutionary, but it's evolutionary in all the right ways. If you want portable perfection without overpaying for Pro features you might never use, this is it. I'd buy it. What do you think? Air M5, Neo, or waiting for something else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more honest Mac takes. I'll see you in the next one.